December morning, calm harbor. No radar sweep, no alarms. Then a shadow with no sound crosses the sun. How do you defend against an enemy you cannot see? A single stealth bomber slips past defenses. One aircraft, an entire base blind. Power shifts instantly when one side sees everything and the other sees nothing. No fighters, scramble. No warnings echo. The bomber maps every ship below. This isn't an attack yet. It's preparation. And preparation decides wars. Bomb bay doors open silently. Precision replaces chaos. What happens when every strike is chosen, not rushed? History holds its breath. Explosions bloom across battleships. Red flashes. No idea where it came from. By the time sailors react, command is already lost. Fuel depots erupt next. Fire climbs the sky. One bomber cripples logistics in minutes. Without fuel, fleets don't fight. They die. Anti-air guns fire blindly. Empty sky. No target, no kill. What good is firepower when it can't find the enemy? The bomber turns again. Second pass. No resistance. This isn't bravery versus bravery. It's technology versus time. Dry docks shatter. Repairs become impossible. Damage today becomes defeat tomorrow. Wars aren't lost in battles alone. Commanders search the sky. Nothing. Radios crackle with confusion. When leadership can't explain the threat, panic spreads faster than fire. The bomber exits untouched. No pursuit, no chase. One aircraft rewrites the rulebook and leaves before history catches up. Hours later, smoke still rises. The base survives, but crippled. This wasn't destruction. It was a message. American planners reassess everything. Radar, doctrine, defense. One silent attack forces decades of change overnight. Japan's gamble looks different now. Surprise worked, but not as planned. What if the future arrived too early? One stealth bomber. One morning, a war reshaped before it truly begins. If this happened, would the Pacific War end sooner? News spreads fast. Washington wakes to disbelief. Pearl Harbor wasn't overwhelmed by fleets, but by silence. How do you respond to an enemy that leaves no trace? Emergency meetings begin. Old war plans feel useless. When assumptions collapse, strategy follows. Is this still the same war they prepared for? Engineers rush to study wreckage. No clues, no fragments. Nothing familiar. Fighting ghosts wasn't in the manuals. The Pacific Fleet hesitates. Movement slows. Fear replaces confidence. When you don't know what hit you, every shadow feels dangerous. Japan watches quietly. Surprise succeeded but created new questions. Did they open a door they can't close? America accelerates radar projects. Air defense becomes priority one. One unseen strike forces massive innovation overnight. Training changes fast. Crews drill for invisible threats. When the enemy can't be seen, reaction time becomes survival. The bomber's impact echoes globally. Allies take notice. If one base can fall silently, none are truly safe. Japan advances cautiously now. Confidence shaken. Surprise. Is Gunand? Surprise. Was everything. American morale hardens. Fear turns into resolve. This wasn't defeated. It was a warning shot. Industrial output surges. New defenses, new aircraft. One silent attack triggers overwhelming response. Pacific commanders adjust tactics. Dispersed fleets. Hardened bases. No more easy targets. The stealth bomber never returns. But its shadow remains. Absence becomes pressure. Historians debate later. Was this attack decisive or a mistake? Changing history doesn't always mean winning it. The war continues, but different now. Faster, smarter, more cautious. One morning rewired the Pacific battlefield forever. American air patrols thicken across the Pacific. Eyes everywhere. Silence no longer means safety. When defenses evolve, advantage fades. Radar nets expand island to island. Gaps close. Detection time shrinks. How long can invisibility last in a watching world? Japan feels pressure mount. One breakthrough strike can't carry a long war. Technology shock doesn't replace resources. American pilots adapt fast. New tactics. Higher alert. The next surprise won't come so easily. The stealth bomber becomes legend. One mission. Endless consequences. Myths form when reality is hard to explain. Future doctrine changes. Air dominance now means information dominance. Seeing first becomes winning first. Pearl Harbor is rebuilt, stronger, hardened, alert. The lesson is burned into concrete and steel. Allied coordination tightens. Shared radar. Shared warning. One silent strike unites many voices. Japan loses the psychological edge. Fear no longer flows one way. Balance begins to return. The Pacific War accelerates. Faster decisions. Deadlier responses. Surprise has a shorter life now. Years later, analysts agree. The stealth strike didn't end the war, but it reshaped how wars begin. Modern air power lessons trace back here. One quiet morning proves noise isn't required to change history. Technology marches on. Stealth spreads. Detection follows. The cycle never stops. Pearl Harbor becomes a case study, not of failure, but of adaptation under shock. One invisible aircraft asked a brutal question. Are you prepared for the war you can't see? Like, share, and subscribe for more.